It's week 6 of the 2025 season, and this one features the Saints' rocket-arm quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Saints and the Giants, and it comes your way.
Set to go now in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. From the 33, here's second down and a yard. They'll go again with Tracy. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now Wilson. Complete right side to Hyatt. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Slot man moves right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Here now, 2nd and 4. Wilson. The short throw pulled in by Bellinger. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 35. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Tracy going to get it on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now 2nd and 5.
At the Saints' 11-yard line.
Running left is Tracy. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
So here come the Saints now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Louisville.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. He'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So on 4th down, Matthew Hayball out to punt for New Orleans. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
When you look at the Saints defense,
they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
a yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Giants, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Right back to Tracy.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, this defense for the Saints, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
3rd and 7.
Here's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete.
1 1st down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They'll set up to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw.
That's to the sideline and incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense.
We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're going to look to throw.
There's Chris Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. We're scoreless after 1. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. He'll look to throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks.
And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting roughed backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. They'll look to throw again.
This one taken in by Olave.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And Shaheed going to go in motion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll start with a run by Tracy. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Now Wilson. There's a short one caught by Johnson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Wilson. Again, it's Johnson. Back-to-back receptions for him. It's a first down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I go ahead and punt the football myself.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. They'll look to throw here. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd down and a yard.
They'll give to Kamara here on the option. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he is going to have a Saints first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 28. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Back to throw here. And Cooks has it over the middle. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. There again is Cooks, complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. Back to throw again.
That's to the pylon and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
2nd and 4. Touchdown, Saints. Brandon Cooks. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Saints post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And possession switching back to the New York Giants.
They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Wilson. It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
This 2nd and 4.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
To throw is Wilson.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back to throw now on 1st down. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 more there and another first down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, what do you think? Maybe a little disappointment there. They had a pretty nice drive going at the end of the half, and they have to settle for 3.
Well, definitely a little bit of disappointment there, because when you kick a short field goal, you shake your head a little bit like, could we have done a little bit more? Could we have gotten one more shot to try and get 6? But with what little time was left on the clock, I think it was a smart play.
So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Saints offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
2nd down and 4.
Olave motioning to the left. They'll set up a throw.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
It's a gain of 6. First down, New Orleans.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Finds Hill on the crossing route, complete.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride, and I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm, they've been sharp, they've been on it, and they pick up another first down there.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. At least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
They'll look to throw again.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He'll look to throw.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
Gotta give credit to both defenses because they've been able to keep the points down. And despite that incompletion, I like the way he's playing. He's putting up decent numbers. What he has to do, find a way to make that sound read and hit that one home run before this one's over.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get Keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
They'll hand it to Tracy. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
3rd and 4.
Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Still third down.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Here's Wilson. And the catch made by Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now it's Wilson.
Open man, that's Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
On the give, it's Tracy.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they got the victory last week against the Rams, so some good momentum as they come up 1st and 10.
Olave over the middle. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
At the 34-yard line.
Now back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down.
First down, Saints.
They're going to look to throw. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
To Alvin Kamara. A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, New Orleans.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
And the tackle there by Micah McFadden.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 9 now. The pass caught by Olave. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And he missed it. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 13.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Giants offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
3rd quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
47-yard line.
Here's Tracy. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They go play action with Wilson. Bellinger hauls it in out left side. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Wilson throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's good for the Giants. First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. And his pass incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line. The 3rd down conversion successful, a gain of 11.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the run is Tracy. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Giants with possession of the football, but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Now an option play on 2nd down. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defense.
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. A great effort there.
His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. They'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And here's Kamara on the read option.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Brian Burns, the one to bring him down. 2nd and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Olave holds it in.
The Saints on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. He gets it to Cooks. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Saints are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown. And their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a two-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
34-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. There's a short one caught by Johnson. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And the Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Going right side, he finds Slayton.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
In motion, Slayton.
Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Still 2nd down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15. Now Wilson.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
On the ground, here comes Tracy.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Here's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Wilson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Wilson will throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Hyatt there to grab it.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now it's Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
At the 37-yard line.
Here's Wilson to throw.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line.
Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So Russell Wilson and the offense down by 12. A little under 1:50 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
A gain of 10 yards.
Now it's Wilson.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Passing lanes tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Throwing is Wilson.
Gets this to Bellinger.
And he goes out right around the 39.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Here's 2nd down.
Now Wilson.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for New Orleans, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.